My family and I are great fans of Massive Darkness, but we can't always get together physically as often as we'd like. So I thought I'd try and put into Foundry the game so that we could play as regularly as we wanted to across the internet. This is no breach of copyright, as you both have to have a copy of the game at each end, or each person, if it's more than two people playing, each person has to have a copy of the game. I've decided to play the tutorial scenario with a single hero. I know this is not normal, but it's just to demonstrate what I have done. So here we got Zoe. So I've put all the doors into a rollable table in Foundry. So we'll just roll a door, which gives us a chest in the first room, a spawned mob in the second room, and a chest in the third room. So we'll put the chests in first. One in there, one in there, and one in there. And then we spawn a mob. Now we just take a level 1 mob card. I have drawn the troglodyte warriors. So we get the mobs for the troglodyte warriors. And because I'm playing solo, we have one mob member and one mob boss. They draw a level 1 treasure card, and that is a composite bow. So that's not going to be of any help to them, as they do not have any ranged weapons. So for her second turn, Zoe will have to what will Zoe have to do? I think she's going to withdraw a bit. No, she's not. She's going to stay there, and she's going to end her turn, because she wants to stay in the shadow mode. She wants to draw them to her. So now the enemy has their turn. They have the right to move one and attack. So they move into here to attack, and they attack with one yellow dice, and they attack and she defends with one blue dice. Now I've done some rollable tables and a bit of a macro, so they are rolling one yellow and she is rolling a one blue. Now I'll just make sure that you can see those. Yes, you can. So there we go. So they have a hit and she takes a wound. She's now on 4. It is the turn of the experience, if you have any. We now have no experience, so then the next thing is an event. Again, I have put all the events into a rollable table, and the roll is that if there are already roaming monsters in play, we activate one. Well, there isn't, so we now spawn a roaming monster on the current level -1. As we are already on level 1, we ignore this event. Very good for us. And if we were playing multiplayer, we would then move the first player token. So next round, Zoe will attack. Zoe is attacking with one red dice. They are defending with one blue dice. So one red dice and one blue dice, and I get a hit through. These troglodyte warriors only have one life, so the troglodyte warrior is dead. Zoe has her next turn, which again is a red and a blue for them. And this time they managed to do a shield. She is in shadow mode, so she may flip one of the defender's dice. So she'll choose to flip the shield dice, which means the troglodyte mob boss is dead as well. She gains 1 experience for the minion that she killed and 3 experience for the mob boss, and she has 1 turn left. So she will move into here and she will open the treasure chest. For the treasure in a single player game, we have a house rule of being able to take 2 if you're solo, take 2 treasure items and keep them both. If we were playing 2-player, we would take 2 treasure items for each chest and retain just one of them. Any more than 2 players, 3, 4, etc., we just take 2 treasure items and keep them both. This is because, in our opinion, the treasure chests are too generous in the standard game. So I have drawn a plate armor, which gives me the same as I've already got, a 1 blue dice, but it does give me an additional defense of 1 shield whenever I need it. And I have also drawn the Mage's Charm, which once per activation I roll a yellow dice and deal wounds equal to the number of hits on the one enemy within line of sight or range of 0 to 2. So that's quite nice. Right, so that's the end of my turn. There are no enemies to have a turn. I have not enough experience to spend now, so we move on to an event. Inflict 2 wounds on 1 enemy in a shadow zone. Well, we do not have any enemies in any zones, so we will not be doing that. That is the end of the round. So now we'll move on to the next room. So we'll move here, pick up that treasure chest. I'm going to just move on and pick up the next treasure chest as well. And what will she do now? She will open the door and she will move into the corridor. A bit risky, but we'll see what happens to her. Now she's got 2 treasure chests, so she picks up 4 items of treasure, all of which she can keep if she wants to. What has she picked up? She has picked up a lucky find. So if the hero has just picked this up as a treasure token, they may discard it and pick a level 2 treasure card. Very nice indeed. And the level 2 card is a great sword, which has a yellow and a red with an attack BAM of 1 extra hit, including being able to repeat twice. So she's going to equip that immediately, and that gives her a bit of oh, and of course she picks up the composite bow from the troglodyte warriors when they died. She's also picked up a lesser healing potion. That could be handy. She has picked up a dwarven shield, so that any 2-handed weapons can instead be considered a single weapon and thus can be paired with this dwarven shield. So she's now going to be having 2 blues. Nice. And she's picked up a great sword, which is a 1 red. So she don't think she's going to use that. So what she can do is use those 3 items, they're all level 1s, to trade in as a level 2. And she has picked up the King's Armor. She gets a green defense dice, and if she has any more of the King's equipment, she gets extra bonuses as well. So she's going to equip that immediately as well. Okay, on to the next round. On to the next. So she has no enemies to move. She has not got enough equipment to move. She has also picked up this token here. This token is the one that she is supposed to pick up. It's the library token. The object of this tutorial is to pick up the library token and then move off to the exit. So that's exactly what she's going to do. So she's going to pick up the library token, which she did automatically when she picked up the chest, and you pick up everything that's in a single room when you do an action like that. We have no enemies. We now have an event, and the event is heroes in Shadow Zone may heal 1. Well, she's not in a Shadow Zone, and she's not going to do anything. Right, and really that's the end, because she can now move on her turn, this being the end of the round. She is now her turn. She can move 1, and as she enters this zone, the Zone 2 token becomes active, but she carries on 1, 2, 2, and 3, and out. So she doesn't need to open any other doors, and that's what I've done to implement massive darkness in Foundry. I hope you enjoyed it.